this is quite unaccountable. A keener hand at scuttling a cunard or a cutting out a white star never shipped a handspike.
Yes, I've done my best for you. Why? Because it was my duty under my indentions. And I am the slave of duty. As a child, I was regularly apprenticed to your band, was through an error. But no matter. The error was ours, not yours, and I was in honor bound by it.
An error? What error?
I must not tell you, for it would reflect upon my well-loved Ruth.
Oh, nay, dear master. My mind has long been gnawed by the cankering tooth of mystery. Better to have it out at once. When Frederick was a little lad, he proved so brave and daring. His father thought he'd prentice him to some career seafaring. I was alas his nursery maid, and so it fell to my lot to take and find the promising boy, apprentice to a pilot. A life not bad for a hardy lad, though surely not a high lot. Though I'm a nurse, you might do worse than make your boy a pilot. I was a stupid nursery maid on breakers, always steering, and I did not catch the word aright through being hard of hearing, mistaking my instruction, which within my brain did gyrate. I took and found this promising boy, apprentice to a pirate. A sad mistake it was to make and doom him to a vile lot. I bound him to a pirate you instead of to a pilot. I soon found out beyond all doubt the scope of this disaster, but I hadn't the face to return to my place and break it to my master. A nursery maid is not afraid of what you people call work, so I made up my mind to go as a kind of piratical maid of all work. And that is how you find me now, a member of your shy lot, which you wouldn't have found had he been bound, apprentice to a pilot. Oh, pardon, Frederick, pardon.
Rise, sweet one. I have long since pardoned you.
The two words were so much alike.
They were. They still are. Though years have rolled over their heads. But today my obligation ceases. Individually, I love you all with an affection unspeakable. But collectively, I look upon you with a disgust that amounts to absolute detestation. Oh, pity me, my beloved friends, for such is my sense of duty that once out of my indentions I shall find myself bound to devote myself, heart and soul, to your extermination.
Poor lad! Poor lad! Well, Frederick, if you conscientiously feel that it is your duty to destroy us, we cannot blame you for acting on that conviction. Always act in accordance with the dictates of your conscience, my boy, and chance the consequences.
Besides, we can offer you but little temptation to remain with us. We don't seem to make piracy pay. I'm sure I don't know why, but we don't.
Well, I do know why, but alas, I must not tell you. It wouldn't be right.
Why not, my boy? Why, it's only 11:30, and you're one of us until the clock strikes 12.
True, and until that time, you are bound to enforce our ideas.
Here
attacking a weaker party than yourselves. But when you attack a stronger one, you invariably get thrashed.
There is some truth in that.
Then again, you also make it a point of never molesting an orphan party.
Of course not. We are orphans ourselves and know what it is.
But it has got about. And what is the consequence? Everyone we capture says he's an orphan. The last 3 ships we took proved to be manned entirely by orphans. One would think that Great Britain's mercantile navy was recruited solely from orphan asylums, and we know this is not the case.
Hang it all, you wouldn't have us absolutely merciless.
See, there's my problem. Before 12 o'clock I would. After 12 o'clock I wouldn't. But was ever a man placed in such a delicate position?
And Ruth, your own Ruth, whom you love so well, and who has won her middle-aged way into your boyish heart. What is to become of her?
Well, he will take you with him.
I feel some little difficulty about you. See, I am very fond of you, as you know, but I have constantly been at sea since I was 8 years old, and yours is the only woman's face I've seen in that time. Now, I think it is a sweet face.
Oh, it is.
Say I think it is, but as I've not had the opportunity of comparing you with other women, I just may be mistaken.
True.
What a terrible thing it would be if I were to marry this innocent person just to find out that she is, on the whole, plain.
Oh, Ruth is very well indeed.
Yes, there are the remains of a fine woman about Ruth.
Do you think so?
Oh, I do.
Well, then I will not be so selfish as to take her with me. In justice for her, and in consideration for you, I leave her behind.
No, Frederick, this cannot be. We are rough men. Rough! Who lead a rough life. Rough! But we are not so utterly heartless as to deprive thee of thy love. I think I am right in saying that there is not one here who would rob thee of this inestimable treasure, for all the world holds dear. Not one! No, I thought there wasn't. Keep thy love, Frederick. Keep thy love.
Very good, I'm sure.
Well, it's the top of the tide, and we must be off. Farewell, Frederick. When your process of extermination begins, let our deaths be as swift and as painless as you can conveniently make them.
Oh, I will. By the love I have for you, I swear it. Oh, would that you could render this extermination unnecessary by accompanying me back to civilization.
No, Frederick, it cannot be. I don't think much of our profession, but contrasted with respectability, it's competitively honest. Now, Frederick, I shall live and die a pirate king. Oh, better far to live and die under the brave black flag I fly than play a sanctimonious part with a pirate head and a pirate heart. Away to the cheating world go you, where pirates all are well to do. But I'll be true to the song I sing and live and die a pirate king, for I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king, for I am a pirate king. You are a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It my brain. I help myself in a royal way. I sink a few more ships, it's true, than a well-bred monarch ought to do. But many a king on a first-class throne, if he wants to call his crown his own, must manage somehow to get through more dirty work than e'er I do. For I am a pirate king, and it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. For I am a pirate king. I love the pirate king. And it is a glorious thing to be a pirate king. It is the rock of the pirate king, the rock of the pirate king. Ha ha!
Oh, take me with you. I cannot live if I'm left behind.
Ruth, I will be quite candid with you. You are very dear to me, as you know, but I must be circumspect. You see, you are considerably older than I, and a lad of 21 usually looks for a wife of 17.
A wife of 17? Why, you will find me a wife of 1,000.
No, I shall find you a wife of 47, and that is quite enough. Ruth, tell me candidly, and without reserve, compared with other women, how are you?
Well, I will answer you truthfully, Master. I have a slight cold, but otherwise I'm quite well.
Well, I'm sorry for your cold, but I was referring more to your personal appearance. Compared with other women, are you beautiful?
Oh, I have been told so, dear Master.
Oh, but lately?
Oh, no. Years and years ago.
What do you think of yourself?
Well, it is a delicate question to answer, but I believe that I am a fine woman.
And that is your candid opinion?
Yes, I should be deceiving you if I told you otherwise.
Thank you, Ruth. I believe you, for I know you would not practice upon my inexperience. I wish to do the right thing. And I say if, you truly are a fine woman, then your age shall be no obstacle to our union. Hark, surely I hear voices. Who has dared to approach our all but inaccessible lair? Can it be the custom house? Does not sound like the custom house.
Confusion. It is the voices of young girls. If he should see them, I am lost.
By all that's marvelous. It's a bevy of beautiful young maidens.
Lost, lost, lost.
How lovely! How surpassingly lovely is the plainest of them. What grace, what delicacy, what refinement. Ruth told me she was beautiful. Oh, false one, you have deceived me.
I have deceived you.
Yes, deceived me. You told me you were fair as coal.
And master, am I not so?
And now I see you're plain and old.
I'm sure I'm not a jocso.
Upon my ear, no cinch you claim.
I'm not the one to plot so.
Your face is light, your hair is gray.
Gradually got so.
Faithless woman to deceive me, I who trusted so.
Master, master, do not leave me here. Here you go.
Faithless woman,
Master, master.
faithless woman,
Master, master.
faithless woman to deceive me, I who trusted so. Faithless woman to to deceive me. I who just did so. Faithless woman to deceive me. I who just did so. What shall I do before these gentle maidens? I dare not show in this alarming costume. Oh, no, no. I must remain in close concealment until I can appear in decent clothing.
Climbing over rocky mountains, skipping rivulet and fountain, passing where the wind blows freely.
upon your notice in this effective but alarming costume. But under these peculiar circumstances, I feel it is my bounden duty to tell you that your proceedings here will not be unwitnessed.
But who are you, Sir Speed?
I am a pirate.
A pirate!
Ladies, do not shun me. This evening I renounce my foul profession, and to that end, oh pure and peerless maidens, oh blushing hearts of ever-blooming beauty, I, sordid heart, implore your kind assistance.
How pitiful his tale, how rare his beauty. How pitiful his tale, how rare Take
make war again. I hear the country wants a ring, and people say I know not why that we shall have no more tomorrow and make war again. I hear the country wants a ring, and people say I know not why that we shall have no more tomorrow and make war again.
Did ever pirate roll his soul in fields and drinking, and wait to find his soul at peace in church beaming?
How beautiful you do the sky, the glass is bright and very. I continue fine, I hope it may yet to dream of yesterday. Continue fine, I hope it may yet to dream of yesterday. Continue fine, I hope it may yet to dream of yesterday. Tomorrow it may be I hear we will bring us and then we shall have one tonight. We shall have one tonight.
Stay, we must not lose our senses. Men who stick at no offenses will anon be here. Piracy, the dreadful trade, is prey, you catchy henchman ladies, while the coast is clear.
No, we must not lose our senses. If they stick at no offenses, we should not be here. Piracy, the dreadful trade, is nice. Companions for young ladies, let us disown. Too late, too late.
In the first great opportunity, we get married with impunity, and indulge in the felicity of a family domesticity, which quickly be personified, nothing in the answer ratified by a doctor of divinity who's located in this vicinity.
We missed our opportunity of escaping with impunity. So about to the felicity of our maiden domesticity, we should quickly be personified, conjugally matrimonified, by a doctor of divinity who is located in this vicinity.
By a doctor of divinity who resides in this vicinity. By a doctor of divinity. Of divinity.
May your pirate caravans proceed against our will to wed us all. Just bear in mind that we are wards in chancery, and father is a major general.
We'd better pause, or danger may befall. Their father is a major general.
Yes, yes, he is a major general.
Yes, yes, I am a major general.
For he is a major general.
He is the top of the major general.
And it is a glorious thing to be a major general.
It is the top of the major general, the top of the major general.
I am the very model of a modern major general. I have information, vegetable, animal, and mineral. I know the kings of England, I quote the facts historical from Marathon to Waterloo in order categorical. I am very well acquainted with maths mathematical. I understand equations both the simple and quadratical. About my own theorem, I am teeming with a lot of news. Oh, lot of news. Got it! Oh, with many gentle facts about the square, the hypotenuse.
With many gentle facts about the square, the hypotenuse. With many gentle facts about the square, the hypotenuse. With many gentle facts about the square, the hypotenuse.
I'm very good at integral and differential calculus. I know the scientific names of beings and animalculous, but short of man is vegetable, animal and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
But short of man is vegetable, animal and mineral. He is the very model of a modern major general.
I know our mythic history, King Arthur's and some Caradocs. I answer hard and cross, I have a pretty taste for paradox. I quote in nearly giants for the crimes of human gabbers. In conics I can quote peculiarities, parabolas. I can tell Dr. Raphaels from Jerry Dolls and Zophonies. I know the croaking chorus from the frogs of Aristophanes. Then I can have a fugue of which I've heard the music's dinner for. Oh, dinner for. Wait, don't let me. I will get it. Got it. And whistle all the airs on that infernal nonsense pinafore.
And whistle all the airs on that infernal nonsense pinafore. And whistle all the airs on that infernal nonsense pinafore. And whistle all the airs on that infernal nonsense pinafore.
Then I can write a washing meal in Babylonic cuneiform and tell you every detail of Caractacus' uniform, but still a man is vegetable, animal and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
But still a man is vegetable, animal and mineral. He is the very model of a modern major general.
In fact, when I know what is meant by mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell its sight, a Mauser rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm all wary at, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have learnt what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more of tactics than a novice in a nunnery. In fact, when I'm a smattering of elemental strategy. Strategy, that's a hard one, isn't it? Here, let me think, I'll get it. Strategy. Got it. You'd say a better major general has never strategy.
You say a better major general has never strategy. You say a better major general has never strategy. You say a better major general has never strategy.
For my military knowledge, knowing plucky and adventure has only been brought down to the beginning of the century, but still it matters vegetable, animal and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
But still it matters vegetable, animal and mineral. He is the very model of a modern major general.
Mamelon and ravelin, when I can tell its sight, a muzzle rifle from a javelin, when such affairs as sorties and surprises I'm a warrior, and when I know precisely what is meant by commissariat, when I have what progress has been made in modern gunnery, when I know more tactics than a novice in a nunnery, in fact, when I have a smattering of elemental strategy, you'll say a better major general has never rode a horse!
You say a better major general has never rode a horse! You say a better major general has never rode a horse! You say a better major general has never rode a horse!
For my military knowledge, knowing plucky and adventure has only been brought down to the beginning of the century, but still a man is vegetable, animal and mineral. I am the very model of a modern major general.
But still a man is vegetable, animal and mineral. He is the very model of a modern major general.
Well, now that I've introduced myself, I should like to have some idea of what's going on.
Papa, we were...
Allow me, sir. I shall explain it in 2 words. We propose to marry your daughters.
Dear me. Oh, but you mustn't do that. I say, this is quite a picturesque uniform, but I'm not familiar with it. What are you?
We are all single gentlemen.
Well, I got that. Anything else?
No, nothing else.
I don't believe them. They are all pirates, the famous pirates of Penzance.
The Pirates of Penzance? I've often heard of them.
Oh, Papa, except for this gentleman, who was a pirate once, but who is out of his indentures today, who means to lead a blameless life evermore, Papa.
Oh, I object to pirates as sons-in-law.
We object to major generals as fathers-in-law. But we waive that. We do not press it. We look over it.
Ha! An idea. And you mean to tell me that you would deliberately rob me of the sole remaining props of my old age and leave me to go through the remainder of my life, unfriended, unprotected, and alone?
Well, yes, that's the idea.
Tell me, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Oh, dash it all! Here we are again!
I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan?
Orphan?
Yes, have you ever known what it is to be one?
I say orphan.
Orphan, orphan, orphan!
Orphan, orphan, orphan?
I don't think we quite understand one another. I ask you, have you ever known what it is to be an orphan? And you say orphan. As I understand you, you are merely repeating the word orphan to show that you understand me.
I didn't repeat the word orphan.
Oh, pardon me, you did indeed.
I only repeated it once.
Yeah, true, but you repeated it.
But not often.
Oh, stop! I think I can see where we are getting confused. When you say orphan, do you mean orphan, a person who has lost his parents, or orphan frequently?
Beg pardon. I see what you mean. Frequently.
Oh, you said orphan frequently.
No, only once.
Exactly. You said orphan frequently only once. Oh, men of dark and dismal fate, forego your cruel employ. Have pity on my lonely state. I am an orphan boy.
An orphan boy.
An orphan boy.
How sad an orphan boy.
These children whom you see are all that I can call my own.
Poor fellow.
Take them away from me, and I shall be indeed alone.
Poor fellow.
In pity you can feel, leave me my soul. Remaining joy. See at your feet they kneel. Your hearts you cannot steal against the sad tale of the lonely orphan boy.
Poor fellow. See at our feet they kneel. Our hearts we cannot steal against the sad tale of the lonely orphan boy. The orphan boy, the orphan boy. See at our feet they kneel. Our hearts we cannot steal against the tale of the lonely orphan boy. Poor fellow.
I'm telling a terrible story, but it doesn't diminish my glory, for they would have taken my daughters over the billowy waters. If I had an elegant diction, indulge in an innocent fiction, which is not to the same category as telling a regular terrible story.
If he's telling a terrible story, she'll tell me that his story is it one of the cruelest thoughts that ever go in these waters. It's easy an elegant diction to call it an innocent fiction, but it comes to the same category as telling a regular terrible story. It's easy an elegant diction to call it an innocent fiction, but it comes to the same category as telling a regular story.
Although our dark career sometimes involves the crime of stealing, we rather think that we are not altogether void of feeling. Although we live by strife, we're always sorry to begin it. For what we ask is life without a touch of poetry in it. Hail poetry, thou hail
the wrong for the orphan boy.
It sometimes is a useful thing to be an orphan boy.
It is the wrong for the orphan boy, the wrong for the orphan boy.
Happy day with joyous glee, we will away and marry thee. Oh, happy day with joyous glee, they will away and marry thee. Should it be full auspiciously, our sisters all will rise with thee. Should it be full auspiciously, our sisters all will rise with thee. Oh, happy day with joyous glee, they will away and marry thee. Should it be full auspiciously, our sisters all will rise with thee. Should it be full auspiciously, our sisters all will rise with thee.
Oh, master, hear one word I do implore you. Remember Ruth, your Ruth who kneels before you.
Yes, yes, remember Ruth, who is before you.
Away you did deceive me.
Away you did deceive him.
Oh, do not leave me.
Oh, do not leave her.
Away you grieve me.
Away you grieve him.
I wish you leave me.
We wish to leave him. Preobserve the magnanimity we display to lace and dimity. Never was such opportunity to get married with impunity, but we give up the